guys, so today we're kind of doing like a day in the life of a reading vlog for me, a reading vlog for my daughter, and then some of her homeschool day. So this is Oliver Twist, and I have DNF'd. I'm going to show you guys a stack. Like, I am in a reading slump right now. I officially am. This is like my worst reading month I've ever had the whole year, and that's okay because I did read some good books this year. But okay, so I'm on chapter 13 in Oliver Twist. And it got, like, in the beginning it was a little slow, but then it got pretty interesting. And then now I am in chapter 13. So this is the only book I've stuck with out of all of these. So I DNF'd Clarice the Brave by Lisa McMahon. My daughter loved it. It's middle grade fiction adventure. I just could not get into it. I DNF'd this other middle grade fiction, which is Sweep. I just could not get into it. I really liked the beginning, and then I just got lost, like in the sense that I just lost interest. And I think it's a really good book. I'm just not the right reader for it. Yeah, all of these books I'm keeping for my daughter to read. Well, she read the first one, but the next one is another middle grade fiction, Ragweed. I could not get into it. It just, like, I think, you know what it is? I'm a mood reader, and I have to be in the mood for a certain story. It's an adventure story about this little mouse, and I just wasn't, I don't know. I just wasn't connecting with it yesterday. So I tried it again. I kept trying these books, and I finally DNF'd them. So this one I got pretty far. Not pretty far, but like I got a good bit further than the other ones. This is the Graveyard book. It's good writing. It's a good story. It was just starting to creep me out. Like, I know it's called the Graveyard book, and I wasn't sure, and I was correct. My original intuition was like, oh, that book's going to be too scary for you. It wasn't scary in the sense of like a horror story or anything like that, but it's just like dealing with a lot of ghosts, and I was like, I'm gonna literally have nightmares. I just couldn't. But I'm looking forward to my daughter reading and see what she thinks. Sorry, the camera's kind of weird today. I'm not using my normal setup because we're doing this day in the life thing. Okay, so this is Frankenstein. I feel bad DNF in this book. I literally just could not get into it. Like, I'm maybe just not right in the mood for it. I think it's really good writing. I was like, whoa, I can see why this is a classic. I'm just it wasn't working for me. The format of it, I just couldn't get into it. Like, the way the story was told from the beginning and the way it started, I thought I was going to just get right into Frankenstein. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. Like him, but no. Okay, so this one is adult fiction. This is Amor. I think it's Amor. I don't know how to pronounce it. Amor Towels. The Lincoln Highway. This one, I did not like the format of it. I think it's probably a really good book, and he has really good writing. I loved A Gentleman in Moscow, but I DNF'd it. DNF'd that whole stack, and I didn't like the format of it. It went back and forth with some of the protagonists, and I really was just hoping it would stay on the original protagonist, which is like the main protagonist of the book. And The Lincoln Highway, I just thought it would be different. My expectations were just not met or something. I don't know. So yeah, all of these, oh my gosh, like, this isn't new for me. I DNF a lot. I really do. Because I always feel in the back of my mind, I can just go back and read Jane Eyre. I can just go back and read White Oleander. I love reading books that I really love. Okay, so this you finished last night.
Yes.
The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. So you're going to write it in your log. That's one of the first things she does in the morning if she finishes a book. Did you enjoy this book?
Yes.
Is it a series?
Yes.
And is it like mythology?
Yes, it's based on Egyptian like gods, and like there's a bunch of like Egyptian magic and stuff like that.
Okay, so put that one aside. And what are you currently reading?
Warriors 1, Into the Wild.
And how are you liking it?
I'm liking it so far. I'm 9 pages in. Well, I read the prelogue, and then yeah.
Okay, so she just ate breakfast, and she read this a little bit during breakfast, and then now we're about to start some homeschool stuff. She's going to start her homeschool stuff, which is Saxon math, and she does the warm-up first. And I don't make her do the whole page. I just like outline stuff because we just be here all day. It was taking way too long in 4th grade. So now I just have her do halves and I rotate because some of them are repeat, some of the facts repeat, so I just have her do different sections. And that's her first thing that she does after she reads and eats breakfast. And I usually read on and off during this time. I actually kind of don't sit next to her the whole time while she's doing math. And I'm still making my oatmeal. I'm actually making oatmeal right now. She already ate like some yogurt and fruit. And then my husband, we live central, but he works specific hours from home. So he'll help her if she has any questions with Saxon math, because he's like the math person. Okay, so I just checked this, and now she, now that she did, I kind of just browsed through it. Like, honestly, like, I mean, yeah, I do correct her if she has anything wrong, but sometimes I'm just like, it's just the point. She's doing this almost every day, so sometimes, like, if I skip one, then it's okay. Like, I don't, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. I pretty much go over them the best I can, and then, so that is the warm-up, the tests, the worksheets, and then now she's now she's doing lesson 38 in Saxon math. And so I went ahead, what I started doing for 5th grade is I highlight the area she has to do. She doesn't do the warm-up anymore. I'm just like, you know what, let's skip that. Math was taking way too long for 4th grade. So I highlight what she has to do. New concept, read through everything, all of that she already did. And then I continue highlighting. So she stops reading here. And then she does every other one in the practice set. So we rotate. Sometimes we do even, odd. She does every one in the lesson practice. Okay, every one. Because that's the new things, the new problems, like concepts. Then from mixed practice, yes, she does every other one. So this one we did odd, one, all the odd numbers. So that's what she'll do today. For 4th grade, we were doing everything. It was taking way too long. And so I think this is good. And so I do it ahead of her. That way I don't want any confusion in what she has to do. And we usually listen to classical music the whole time she's doing homeschool, and I listen to it the whole time I'm reading and she's reading, but we can't because of, they'll hit me with copyright stuff for the music. So yes, I love Philip Glass. He is like my favorite composer, and I could just listen to Philip Glass all day. But I made an actual playlist on Spotify, which is like classical music and things like that. And so I have like more soothing classical music. I have a lot of Philip Glass on there. But yeah, so this is a little math facts sheet that she has, and so she puts helpful little hints on it, math pamphlet. So she made this herself. When she gets to a certain concept, she writes it on here so it's easy for her to remember to go back and look at it. So while she's doing math, I'll show you guys my book cart. This is my updated book cart. I actually have a gap. I actually have space for the first time the entire year. I'm doing a book buy-in ban. I think I mentioned that until January. These are books I don't want to get to until next year. These I'm going to try to get to by the end of the year. I showed these in my last video, my TBR. But yeah, I noticed myself, I've just been putting off the bigger ones, like Portrait of a Lady, Don Quixote, Anna Karenina, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Karenina, I'm not sure. Moby Dick, I've been doing that. I do that sometimes where it's just like, oh wow, it's such a feat to finish a book. Not, like, I've read books that are pretty large. It's just I have to be really motivated to read them. So I noticed that I keep putting the bigger ones aside. If I'm not like so passionate about it, then I just notice that I keep putting it aside, and maybe that's a sign that I'm just not that interested in the book in general. So where my daughter's sitting, we have this shelf underneath, which I showed in other videos, and so these are like the extra books on the top, and then this is like STEAM stuff. It keeps getting pushed forward because my daughter pushes it with her legs, but it really goes nice and neat like that. But the bottom, I just ended up putting extra books down here. Honestly, no. These are the books that don't fit on the book cart I'm about to show you guys. I reorganized how we do our homeschool. This stuff in the bottom is like books that don't fit on this cart. So this is our homeschool cart with all the stuff on the top, and then the middle shelf ended up being our main shelf that we use for our daily like language arts. This is like all the language arts stuff. It was easier to put it on the book cart is what I was trying to say than that other shelf. So then this is just pretty much all language arts. So she just, and some art, language arts mainly. And then the bottom shelf it's like the stuff she does on Fridays. which is emotional intelligence and STEAM, basically. And then her little comic book thing that she's drawing. And then like on that shelf, on this shelf, I just have, this is like science and history, some of the our art basket extra, and then like extra history and stuff we're not using. That so we have 3 animals. This is Sully, our Catahoula. He has a brown eye and a blue eye, cracked eye they call it. And this is his little bed. He follows me around all day. So when I'm doing homeschool, I have this in the living room where we, dining room where we do homeschool, and he sleeps here. Every room I move to, he comes near me to the most comfortable spot. So he's hanging out while we do homeschool. I can't show you guys the whole room because we have some construction stuff going on. That's why I can just show you the homeschool table because it's really messy and ugly. So this is Willow, our cat. He really doesn't like me to pet him that much. He loves my husband. That's his favorite. Sometimes he likes when I pet him, but I leave him alone for the most part. This is Sid, our Chihuahua mix. She's like a Chihuahua mix. She's so cute. Look at Sid. Hi, Sid. She loves to be in little blankets and under jackets and hoodies. Sid, you're not looking at the camera. Sid, I want to film you.
She's always cold.
Yeah, she's always cold. She's always wearing shirts and like outfits. So she's finished, and usually I used to check it for her in the solutions menu, but now I have her check it on her own. That way she can correct her mistakes. Like she can see, you know, without me having to sit there and explain to her.
Yeah.
So she checks it herself. So to go to the right section. Sorry if you hear my dog. He's drinking water in the background, and he drinks all day long. So he's slurping. Now she's finished with math, and the first 2 things she does for language arts is she show the cover of the book is she does the word of the day with a word a day, okay, and then so it's October 16th.
Eccentric. If you describe someone as eccentric, you think they behave, speak, or dress in an unusual way.
Okay, and then now she fills in her planner for the whole week. And she writes the word eccentric in her planner. I don't make her write the definition. And then I just want her to be exposed to using a planner.
Yes. Next up is my year of writing.
Okay. So now she does my year of writing, and she does a daily writing prompt every day. And so what's the prompt today?
Write down a promise that you made. Did you keep it?
She's gonna do Learning Without Tears, Building Writers. So, what section are you in?
I'm writing about houseboats.
Okay. So this is her just blank writing journal from Handwriting Without Tears, and I just have her write like personal things in here. I have her practice her name and her address and things like that, but then I also have like I write random sentences, and then she just copies it. So this is just part of her handwriting. So continuing with handwriting, now she's doing her learning cursive with Aesop's Fables. She's about to start growing with grammar. So what lesson are you on today? You have to read the little section first in the book. I just have her read this to herself. 3.8.
Contractions with not.
So she reads it to herself, and then I usually check it. Very rarely I'll have her check it if I'm busy or something like that. Usually I sit next to her the whole time, starting when she's finished math. So I'm sitting right next to her, and yeah. But they do a very good job explaining stuff. She rarely gets anything wrong in this curriculum. You read it that fast?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you have to tell.
Yeah. That's how I read books so fast.
Okay. Well, you have to make sure you're understanding what you're reading too.
Mm.
She reads really fast, and sometimes I don't believe her, and I'll ask her like, "What did you just read?" And she'll literally like tell me the whole thing. Like she'll go like. And a lot of times, you know, I don't have to use this every time. You know, like I know, like this is like I can, you know, I check it. It's just like every once in a while, especially with diagramming. Oh my gosh, I do not remember diagramming, and they definitely have some diagramming in this curriculum. And like I'm like, yeah, I will check it. So there are many times where I just want to make sure I'm right, but this one's like, you know, I don't have to look at this to check it. But yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Wow. Yeah. A lot of the stuff I literally just forgot. Like, I'm horrible at grammar. So she got them all right on both pages, and now we're moving on to the oral. You're finished with everything written, right, for language arts?
Yes.
Now we're moving to the oral language arts stuff. In the oral reading, we're reading A World of Gratitude. So
by Clay of Sand.
what section? So we take a teeny weeny section every day because it's not a big book, and I know we're gonna have it through the whole year. So what section are we on today?
This one.
Thinking nature.
All around the world. Wait, let's see. All around the world, festivals celebrate and give thanks to nature.
Oh yeah.
Many of these take place at harvest time and have been celebrated for hundreds of years. People are grateful for a good harvest because it means plenty to eat in the cold winter months.
So the little white bubble.
Harvest time is when crops are gathered. In some countries, this happens in the fall when many crops are ripe and ready for eating.
Now we're on to Aesop's Fables, and we read one fable every day. So
The fable is The Ox and the Frog.
after language arts on Mondays we do science, and so this is our book that our main book, Chemistry for Curious Kids. So we read it a little section at a time. So today, what section are we on? Sometimes I'll pull up a video on YouTube if I think it sounds like something that will be video worthy. So now, we were doing like solids, liquids, and gases, and then now we're on the 2-page spread. So for science, we actually read the whole 2 pages. And then we also do some little side activities sometimes. We also started doing science 2 days a week, history 2 days a week. So we also have science tomorrow. But we're going to do a little activity today, and I'll show you guys in a second. But today, for now, we're going to read this out loud together. And we usually rotate. So since it's a 2-page spread, I'll read a section, she'll read a section. So we normally do this on the second day of science, but I'm just showing this video since I'm only doing a daily vlog. So tomorrow, what we're gonna do for the second part of science is we do one of these like, what do you call it? Like nonfiction living books. Sorry if that, you notice this is distracting. I'm like always hurting myself. I have a constant, keep hurting my wrist. I don't know if I'm sleeping on it wrong, but anyway, I wear a wrist brace occasionally. Okay, so this is the elements, and so so we read this together, and then show them the main project you're doing that we're going to continue tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to start reading this book. It's a very short book as a matter of pages are concerned, and then she's working on the periodic table. So turn to the 2-page spread. So this is our first project kind of for chemistry. So she uses this 2-page spread in this book, and then she's working the periodic table. And it's just something, sorry if you hear my cat, he's trying to get in the closet. Okay, so this is, yeah, so she does a little bit every day, and then that will be kind of a mini project for chemistry.
Banks stored their money in gold melted down to bars called bullion. The biggest store of gold in the world is a bank in New York.
Since we already opened this for the video, she was like, oh, I love this book. So we actually went ahead and read this page today. And then she actually wants to do some of the periodic table. So now she's going to turn, we already went over this page, but she turns back to it for a reference. And then now she's going to work on the periodic table. She actually loves this part, and she wanted to do it today. So I was like, yeah, you can do it today. And then tomorrow we're just going to do it again because she wants to do it. You know, we normally do this on the second day. So yeah, so she'll just do a little bit today, and then tomorrow she'll do some.
Oh, also this has a little section. The middle section of the table contains hard, shiny metals called transition metals. Turn to page 7 to 8 to read more about them.
Which I think we already read about them, right?
Yeah.
This is the book that we use for art, 365 Days of Art. And what's the assignment for today?
Open a picture book, turn to a page at random, draw something from that page.
Look, they have, I don't know if you want to do a theme. They have those picture books on our...
I'll choose popcorn.
Okay. Halloween picture book.
Let's see.
Turn to a page at random, so you have to like blindly pick a page.
Okay, let's see. I'll choose this red hot popcorn.
Okay.
Oh, that looks fine. Flawless bubble popcorn.
Why don't you put it here? So you're gonna choose something they're holding.
Yeah.
So this book just has kind of little small prompts, and occasionally what I'll have her do is expand. You know, this wouldn't be a project I'd have her expand on, but when it's something where, you know, I feel that she can expand upon it, I'll have her do it in her mixed media pad, whether it be like watercolor or whatever it is. But I mean, it also has her use like different materials, like this time she got to use a little metallic pen to show up on black, and this was like exploring red objects. And then, you know, it has like different things. So a lot of days it's pretty simple and very quick, but then other days like I'll have her do more with it, especially on Fridays.
This looks like you could do like a band on it, like it's a bunch of bolts. Like I could do a bunch of splotches of pen, and then like.
Yeah, so occasionally, like I said, I'll have her do it. But yeah, so that was the thing. This is the book that she's reading for her homeschool, and this is
Last Gate of the Emperor by Queen Embelia and Prince Storm Common.
So you're about halfway?
Yeah.
Are you really liking it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it fantasy?
It's a little bit like sort of. There's a lot of technology stuff, but there's like floating stones.
Is it like science fiction-ish? Or I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of like machines and like.
It's getting close to lunchtime. We don't eat lunch super early. We don't usually eat lunch till sometimes like 1 or 2. But so she'll eat a snack or something like that. Like right now, what time is it?
It's 12:25.
Okay, so right now it's 12:25. We also got up pretty late. Like we got up at what, like 9 or 9:30?
We got up at like 9:40.
We got up at like 9:40. So like we don't time anything. So this she'll do now, but
I'll do 4 puzzles. I usually.
So let's show them what it is. So she rotates her Steam. Today you picked Smart Games Logic Puzzle.
Yeah.
This is is that like your favorite one?
I mean, I really like that architectural book, but a lot of the stuff is like it's really complicated. You need like hot glue and stuff.
Yeah, so I got her like these architecture project books because she wants to be an architect, but a lot of them are just kind of too complicated for her because you need X-Acto knives and hot glue is a mess, and she's not quite ready for X-Acto knives. So it's kind of like we're not really feeling the architecture workbooks that much. She has some other STEAM books, but she rotates them. But this is her favorite one. I mean, It's a logic puzzle. And so she does it.
I do these 4 pages.
You do. So she does like a few a day. She's doing 4 right now. She usually does STEAM for about 20 minutes, but we're pretty like, you know, like I don't time her doing this. And I don't sit here and watch her. Like I'll usually kind of go take my dog out or like do laundry while she's doing this, and then like I said, we're pretty much done at this point for her, but not for the reading. I'm still show you guys some more reading stuff. So I actually read 2 more chapters of Oliver Twist. I was on chapter 13 and now I'm on chapter 15, and it's actually really like it's getting better and better. Like it was a slow start for me, but yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. I actually told myself finish 2 chapters and then you can go outside, so I'm about to go outside and walk and then do the library stuff and then finish up some more reading. My daughter is actually reading right now while I'm filming this. She finished her STEAM, and I'll do a few more updates if you're interested. Thanks for being here. This is my outdoor cat, Bernice. She's like a wild cat that has been hanging around our house for like 5 years. She's very feral still. You can tell her ear, she's been tagged. It's clipped, so she's been spayed, by some organization or something, and then I need to put her some water and some food. She's already been fed this morning, and now I'm giving her more, and she bites. So we have an indoor cat, but yeah, I don't think she would do good inside because she bites, and she really doesn't like to be pet that much. She like nipped me many times, so I really don't pet her. She rubs against me. But yeah, so this is Bernice, and I'm gonna add some water for her. So I'm gonna give her some water. I'm gonna do my daily walking, and then I'm gonna go back and do some more reading. I'll show you a vlog, and I'll show you the stuff we got from the library. So I try to walk every day, multiple times a day, in between reading and things like that. So Fortis is out here, and she has already read, so she gets her exercise, and then I get exercise. We're finding little things. Like, look at this cute little blackish egg. It's like dark black. Oh, sorry, it's not focusing, but like, look how cute. It's like a blackish little acorn and a black rock, and look at these little rocks.
It looks like an apple.
Yeah. She doesn't bring them inside. Sometimes she brings the rocks inside, but she has a lot of rocks, so she needs to like edit them, like put one outside and bring one in. I don't know, but this is what she just found outside. And this is Bernice, who already ate. Bernice, sorry, it's not in focus. Bernice, you ate. Are you happy now? So today we have to make a trip to the library. So a lot of these books, I told you guys I made this first impressions video, and I filmed all these picture books. I wasn't like, none of them really made my list of books to purchase or anything like that. They're all like cute in their own way, but I told you guys it was like a first impressions video, and I like doing that video. But yeah, so all of these are going back, and none of them were really like, oh, like, you know, I don't know, like they're like, I just based them on the cover. So none of them were like made my like end of the year list or anything, but they were all like good for another reader. And my daughter looked at some of them, but yeah, this telephone one, that big thick one, I just couldn't get into the stories. Someone else might. I'm not a big short story reader though. Okay, so show them what you finished.
I finished.
This won't make it in our end of the month video because we have to return these to the library. So show them.
I finished this month, Supernova by Marissa Meyer, and Space Case by Stuart Gibbs, both from the library. Yep, and both of those are gone back. And then we're picking up a few books, and then we're actually like kind of doing like a book ban soon-ish, because like I've already done a book buy and ban until January. Because, you know, so because I just want to finish the books on my cart and focus on Christmas stuff. And then we're picking up some stuff from the library today that we have on reserve, but it's not many things. So these are the books we got from the library. It's the Barnabas Project by the Fan Brothers. It is a picture book. I actually had to reserve this. It's pretty popular. So I will check it out. And then another picture book, a classic, what do you call it? Adaptation or whatever. So Retold, yeah. Retold by Mac Burnett, illustrated by John Clausen. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. This is one of my favorite little stories when I was a kid, and I'm interested to see how they did it. This one's also very popular. I think it's a newer one, and I've been waiting for this one. Okay, 2022. I have to reserve it and wait. Okay, so this one I just took a chance on. Never heard of it, but it's like 3 Tasks for a Dragon. Ian Colfer. So he wrote, what did he write? Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl, and PJ Lynch, I guess, is the illustrator. I just got this for my daughter. Let's see. It's kind of like a long picture book, I think. Yeah. I don't know what you call it. It's like a long form, like an illustrated fiction. So yeah, so I got it for her because she really likes his writing in Artemis Fowl. So these two she got for herself. She really likes Titans by Kate O'Hearn. This is completing a series. I don't know, I think it's like book 1 or 2. It's very much like mythology, middle grade fiction. And this is another book she wanted to request. It's Scarlet the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This is also, I'm not sure if it's book 2. This is YA. Did I say that was middle grade? Yeah, I think, yeah, that's middle grade. But yeah, so that's the books we got from the library. So she's drawing, what are you making?
Apple dye.
But is this a coloring book?
Yeah, it's a coloring book for my cousins. That's
So
the dye job.
It's fantasy creatures that are from a book you're writing?
Yes, alligator. They love hearing about it, so I decided I'd make some alligator creatures.
And you made this up, these characters?
Yes.
Okay, so she's drawing this and she's making a coloring book for her cousins, and then I'm finishing up Oliver Twist. So I think I read another chapter since I filmed. I'm not sure, but I'm about to start chapter 16 in Oliver Twist, and I'm liking it. This is the only book I'm actually reading right now. I DNF'd. I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. I DNF'd all of the other books that I had in a stack. I didn't actually get anything from the library just now. I'm really trying to work on getting through the books on my book cart. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Our little day in the life. I'd love if you subscribe if you already have. Thanks so much. Have a good day or night. Bye.